Hari Om kids! In the last session of Adiguru Shankaracharya ji, we learned that Mandan Mishra's wife, Ubhaya Bharati, did not accept the defeat and gave Shankaracharya ji 1 month's time to debate on Kama Shastra. Thinking, how can the knowledge of Kama Shastra be acquired in 1 month? Shankaracharya ji went out of the city with his disciples. While walking in the dense forest, he saw that the dead body of the king was lying down, and the queens and state employees were mourning all around. One of the disciples, named Padmapada, came forward and asked one of the ministers, "What happened?" The king's minister answered, "This is our king Amaruk. He had come to the forest to hunt, but unfortunately died." Then Shankaracharya ji conveyed to his disciples in private, "I shall enter the body of this king with the power of yoga and gather the teachings of Kama Shastra." His disciples were astonished. Padmapada said, "Gurudev, on one hand from you there's a pure conduct and discipline of sanyas dharma. And on the other hand, why would you enter into someone else's body for attaining the knowledge of this condemnable act of lust? Gurudev, only by your kindness, grace, and just a glance, people like Mandan Mishra become scholars. Then, carrying off such a disgraceful act for Mandan Mishra doesn't seem good in my opinion. Kindly forgive me for saying this." Shankaracharya ji said, "Son, your statement is in accordance with the scriptures. But whether a Brahmagyani performs 1,000 Ashwamedha yajnas or kills hundreds of Brahmins, he gains neither sin nor virtue. Just as the actions done in a dream do not result in sin or virtue, similarly, for a Brahmagyani, this world becomes like a dream. For him, no action is condemnable. With this act of mine, the dharma of sannyasa won't be destroyed. Rather, it will become stronger and will be beneficial for the world. Instead of looking at my external actions, keep your focus on my omnipresence, and in this lies your welfare." Let's start today's Bhasanskar session by remembering Puja Gurudev.
Now all children will hum Omkar. Hari Now, children, we will do Tratak. Tratak increases our concentration and memory power. Now it's time for the story. Kingdom Handling and the Study of Kama Sutra by Shankaracharya. All the disciples of Shankaracharya felt content after Shankaracharya's explanation. Padmapad followed the instructions of Gurudev and informed the queens and ministers. Your king shall come back to life, possibly due to a transcendental power of our Gurudev. We are going to pray to him. Until then, do not cremate this dead body. Just keep it safe. Padmapad's words gave a ray of hope to the ministers and queens. The royal physician protected the king's body by applying medicinal oil. The other disciples began to search for a safe cave nearby in the forest. When in a secluded cave was found, Shankaracharya sat down at Padmasana and in the cave told his disciples, "You should protect my body and keep it confidential as possible. Do not disclose where I am. If there's a case when you are unable to protect my body, recite this hymn. Wherever you chant this hymn, I shall immediately return to the body, no matter wherever I am." Then he told Padmapad, "You must go to the king's dead body and chant the mantras now." Padmapad went to the king's dead body where it was kept. Soon he started to chant the mantras. Meanwhile, Shankaracharya sat in Padmasana in the secluded cave and through the power of yoga left his physical body through Brahmarandra or the cranial aperture in the form of a subtle body and came near King Amaruk, merging into his dead body. The king's eyes opened and he sat up as if waking up from sleep. All the state employees, ministers, queens were overjoyed and expressed their gratitude, bowing to Padmapad. Padmapad said, "This is not mine but my Gurudev's power that has brought this king back to life. Now you all should serve him." After this, Padmapad left the palace and guarded Shankaracharya's body with the other disciples near the cave. Meanwhile, celebrations were held all throughout the city to mark the king's survival. The king and his ministers toured the kingdom and helped the people in pain. The king also welcomed monks and saints to the place. Whoever came to the palace felt content. He made consistent, disciplined law and order. His benevolent qualities like charity, bravery, masculinity, and patience were widely praised. When the self-realized sage rules, people gain a lot. Cows produced more milk, there were timely rains and abundant harvests. Under the influence of the king, the citizens started religious observance. The kingdom became free from crime and violence. Prosperity spread throughout the kingdom. The people gathered and regarded the king as the supreme deity. When the kingdom was settled properly, the king later entrusted the kingdom to his trusted ministers, and he entered into the queen's palace. The king deeply studied Kama Sutra written by Rishi Vatsayan here, and within a few days he acquired so much knowledge that he authored a book in response to the questions of Devi, Ubhaya, Bharati. What happened next? We will know in the story in the next session. Jai Sadguru Dev Bhagwan Ki Jai. Creation Part 8. Creation of other creatures and food items. In the last session, we learned how Lord Brahma created demons, gods, ancestors, humans, night, day, morning, and evening. After that, Prajapati Brahmaji used Rajotamo Gun and manifested a body in darkness which had more appetite. Due to the Tamogun and darkness, ugly bearded creatures were born from them. Their hunger was so massive that they ran towards Brahmaji to eat. That is why they were known as demons, and due to this, hair fell from Brahmaji's head. Those hairs came to be known as snakes. Then, while singing quietly, he manifested another creature, known to be Gandharva. Lord Brahma then manifested medicines from each of his pores. According to the deeds of the living beings and the previous creation, in this creation, they were given the bodies of celestial gods, demons, ancestors, yaksha, pisach, Gandharva, apsaras, animals, birds, snakes, etc. Afterwards, Brahmaji created agriculture and art as a means of livelihood for all beings, from which he created food items like paddy, barley, wheat, sesame, pea, urad, moog, lentils, mustard, gram, etc., according to the season. We will know what happened after that in the next session.
Quiz. Now is the time for the knowledge and science competition. You will be asked a question and the answer will have 4 options. You need to choose the correct answer in 10 seconds. The question is, the chapters of Ramayana are known as Kand. In the same way, what are the chapters of Mahabharata called? The options are A. Kand, B. Parv, C. Khand, D. Shruti. The correct answer to the question will be told to you at the end of the session. Do's and don'ts. What to do and what not to do during Chaturmas. During Chaturmas, Lord Narayan rests on the serpent bed inside the water, making all water bodies sacred for these 4 months. If there is a holy river or pond nearby, you should bathe in it. If bathing in a water body isn't possible, you can take a bath at home by adding ground sesame seeds and barley to a bucket of water and placing bay leaves in it. While doing this, chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. This bath is considered equivalent to bathing in a holy water body. It helps relieve dryness of the throat, irritability, and summer-related ailments. Bathing with water mixed with Indian gooseberry amla is also considered very beneficial. Remove the mattress and sleep on a grounded, simple bed. Visit saints and listen to their teachings. Serve the saints, as these 4 months are very special. During Chaturmas, you should observe the Ekadashi fast on both fortnights of these 4 months. The food you eat during these 15 days turns into energy, which makes your body strong and sharpens your mind. Reciting the Purusha Sukta in front of Lord Vishnu during Chaturmas helps in developing your intelligence. Meditating on the sound Om in the middle of your forehead in the morning or whenever you have time also helps in enhancing your intelligence. Practicing charity, kindness, and control over the senses helps achieve the best realms or worlds. During these 4 months, do not criticize others, maintain celibacy, and do not look at others' money or spouses with bad intentions. One should not have food or drink water from copper vessels during Chaturmas. Wearing black or blue clothes during Chaturmas can harm your health and reduce your good deeds. Avoid eating market foods like ice cream, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, honey, and similar items. Questionnaire. Get ready for the questionnaire. Why did the disciples not find Shankaracharya's decision appropriate? Why does a Brahmajnani not accumulate sins and virtues? What did Shankaracharya ji say to his disciples before entering the king's body through the power of yoga? What benefit did the public get when Shankaracharya ji entered the body of the king? How did Brahma ji create demons, Gandharvas, and snakes? What to do in Chaturmas to get the results of having a pilgrimage? What tasks should not be done in Chaturmas? What lesson do we learn from today's story? Narayan, 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 Narayan. With this, today's Bhasanskar Kendra concludes. We will meet again next week with a new knowledge-enhancing topic. Until then, Hari Om. The correct answer to the knowledge science competition question is B. Chapters in Mahabharata are called Parvas. There are 18 Parvas in Mahabharata.